The opinions and views expressed in Political Talk belong to its commentators and are not those of Nexstar Media Incorporated, this station, or their affiliates or employees.
Welcome to Political Talk with Democratic commentator Dora Leland and Republican commentator Tom Santulli.
Folks, it isn't enough just to invest in our physical infrastructure. We also have to invest in our people.
President Joe Biden taking his case directly to the American people, trying to sell his social spending priorities. Behind the scenes, progressive and moderate Democrats are negotiating just how big the so-called Build Back Better bill will be and exactly what will go in it.
You know, it's very obvious that the president's agenda is in trouble. I mean, he proposed a $3.5 trillion, plan, his Build Back Better agenda. And unfortunately for him, it's not gone over very well. And he's kind of stuck in a situation here where, you know, he's very dependent on two Democrats, Manchin and Sinema, to be there for him to get his plan through. He has no votes in the Senate, Republican votes anyway. So, you know, he's got a tough road ahead of him on a $3.5 trillion package on top of what, you know, they've already spent in the past. And I think that he thought there'd be a much different reaction to it because there are parts of it that people like. So, you know, he's got himself in a position where, you know, he got bad reviews after Afghanistan, his polling there. Most people think inflation now is the number one problem, the vast majority of people in the poll. So he's really caught, I think, in a web. I think he's got a rough road to hoe on this one. And I think he may even have to cut this more than he's planning. I think his plan is in big trouble. He let Bernie Sanders and those far progressives take him too far down the road. He didn't stand up to him, and now I think he's paying for it.
Look at what's in this bill. It really is things that most Americans would support. Things like universal pre-K, free community college for 2 years, expanded Medicare and Medicaid, especially, you know, the healthcare being essential during a pandemic and any time. Lower prescription drug costs, tax cuts for families with children, 12-week unpaid leave. And then, of course, some of the tax cuts for electric vehicles. But this comes at a cost. And I think right now what is happening is the president has to moderate between two parts of his own party, the progressive side that really wants the full meat of this package, and the moderates who have to go home and sell this to their own constituents. I think they will whittle it down. If anything, Biden is known as a negotiator. I don't agree so much with Tom. I think that as far as Biden selling the package, he's known as a relationship builder. A lot of his dialogue is building the relationships that are absolutely needed to get things done in Washington. This is essential. Sinema and Manchin definitely are difficult because with the 50-50 split in the Senate, they need every single Democrat to fall in line. And they've been difficult, but I think that they're going to make it work. I know that he has a town hall tonight to really push the program. I think the American people need this, and I think they're expecting it. So right now it's in the hands of our lawmakers. So we'll see where we go with it.
That will do it for this edition of Political Talk. For this edition and past episodes, simply log on to our website, mytwintears.com. I'm Zach Wheeler, and we'll be right back.